Surely the exercise of sovereign legislative authority, of which the power of legislative inquiry is an essential component, cannot be made subordinate to a criminal or administrative investigation. And in this case, Mr. Chairman, the letter answer to the show cause order issued to all those resource person that was ordered for a subpoena ante stickandum is not valid, Mr. Chairman, since Supreme Court mismo po nagsabi na it cannot be applied in inquiry in aid of legislation. And furthermore, Mr. Chairman, on Arnold Tesareno versus Neri of the Senate, let me quote, a legislative investigation in aid of legislation and court proceeding has different purposes. Magkaiba po. On one hand, courts conduct hearings or like adjudicative procedures to settle through the application of a law actual controversies arising between adverse litigants and involving demandable rights. On the other hand, inquiries in aid of legislation are an inter alia undertaken as tools to enable the legislative body to gather information and thus legislate wisely and effectively, and to determine whether there is a need to improve existing laws or enact new or remedial legislation, albeit inquiry need not result in any potential legislation. Ongoing judicial proceedings do not preclude congressional hearings in aid of legislation. Napakalinaw po na yung excuse letter o yung letter reply ng lahat ng mga resource person that was issued the subpoena in today's hearing is not acceptable and valid po. Now, and lastly, Mr. Chairman, let me read na lang po. Let me manifest with regards to the statement being made by Attorney Trixie Angeles in social media po. Allow me to proceed, Mr. Chairman.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. While we acknowledge the right of Attorney Angeles to seek reprieve before the Supreme Court for an act which he believes will curtail her constitutionally granted right, clarification must be made to further justify the previous directive of this joint committee. Firstly, the joint committee issued the show cause order against Attorney Angeles not because of her non-attendance to our February 4, 2025 hearing. Hindi po dahil wala siya dito, kaya na-issuean siya ng show cause order, but because of the content of the communication that she submitted before this committee, which directly challenges our jurisdiction to conduct inquiry in aid of legislation. We have a copy po of the letter sent to us by Attorney Trixie Angeles during the first hearing and invitation po. We would like to remind Attorney Angeles that as an officer of the court and a member of the legal profession, she is bound to respect and abide by the Constitution. And under Article 6, Section 21 of the Constitution, let me cite, the House of Representatives has the power to conduct inquiries in aid of legislation. Therefore, it is imperative upon Attorney Angeles to respect and acknowledge this authority as enshrined in our Constitution. Secondly, Mr. Chairman, the Joint Committee directed the Legal Department to study and consider filing possible disbarment case against Attorney Angeles because we believe that an officer of the court, she must conduct herself as a true advocate of law rather than being the one directly promoting its defiance. It must likewise be stressed that Attorney Angeles has a propensity of violating the legal profession's code of professional responsibility. Per records, Attorney Angeles has already been suspended by the Supreme Court in 2 occasions. First, in 2016, when she was suspended for 3 years because of her failure to act on a case of her client despite payment of legal fees, and again in 2023 when the court imposed a 6-month suspension against her for using abusive and inappropriate language in a submitted pleading. Considering the aforementioned, it is only but proper for this jurisdiction to examine whether a disbarment case should be filed against Attorney Angeles for constantly disregarding and violating the code of conduct being observed by all members of the bar. That's all, Mr. Chairman. For in the case of Attorney Trixie Cruz Angeles. Yes. Mr. Chairman, can we allow, in brief, Secretary Bello to manifest for on behalf of her client, his client?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Secretary Bello, you're recognized. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Your Honors. Just for the record, Your Honor, may we enter our appearance together with my partner, Attorney Jose Aspiras, as counsel for Miss Crisette Laureta Chu, Your Honors. Before coming here, Your Honor, I received a letter signed by Miss Chu addressed to the chairman, the Honorable Congressman Dan Fernandez, explaining her reason for not attending this hearing, Your Honor, because she alleges that she is not a blogger, much less a purveyor of false news or fake news. As a matter of fact, Your Honor, Ms. Chu is a legitimate media practitioner and even a column editor of a national daily, which is the Manila Bulletin, Your Honors. On this basis, Your Honor, we offered to appear in her behalf today. Unfortunately or fortunately, we are also compelled, Your Honor, to enter our appearance in collaboration with Attorney G.P. Angeles, who is the counsel of the other alleged bloggers who filed a petition for certiorari and prohibition with a prayer for the issuance of a temporary restraining order, Your Honors. And because of this petition, Your Honor, it was our decision to advise them not to appear, because for them to appear, Your Honor, would be an abandonment of their petition filed before the Supreme Court for certiorari and prohibition, Your Honor. So, in order not to preempt this case, Your Honor, they opted not to appear. And as a matter of fact, Attorney Gonzales, I think, manifested in writing, Your Honor, that they are requesting for a resetting of this hearing so that they can attend later on without waiving their rights on the petition that they filed before the Supreme Court.
Mr. Chair.
Submitted, Your Honors.
Mr. Chair, may I just make an observation? Just
Is that in relation
Yes, exactly.
to the statements of Secretary Bello?
You're right, Mr. Chair.
Please, you have the floor.
Para sa kaalaman ng lahat, napanood ko po yung interview ni Miss Crisette Laureta Chu sa television, kung saan nga sinasaad na sila ay nag-file ng petisyon sa Supreme Court. Ano po? Pero sa aking pakiwari po ay nakakadismaya na pinangungunahan nila kung ano mangyayari sa komite na ito. Napakasimple lang naman. Wala naman tahasang nagsasabi na sila ay purveyors or fake news. Wala naman nagsasabi na sila ay hindi lehitimong journalist. In fact, kinikilala po natin yan. Kung iniimbitan po siya ng House of Representatives ng komite na ito, ay ito ay sa kadahilanan gusto nating malaman ang kanilang punto de vista sa problema nga ho ng paglaganap ng fake news. Para sa akin, merong elemento ng paranoia